Newgrounds was once the most popular place to post cartoons in the early 2010s. Newgrounds is also known for its games made by indie developers. One of those developers happened to be Jonochrome, aka John Bro, who made the first Riddle School when he was 11 years old. I remember when I first played Riddle School for the first time, I remember liking it, but it's been a bit of a while since I last played it. So I decided to do a retrospective video since fuck it, it's the holidays, so might as well do something positive for once. So this is where it all started. And I get nostalgia from this game. And it looks bad. I think it just comes down to him being 10 at the time. Or this may have been like the best he could have did during 2006. But the game's not exactly a looker, but I'm sure it will make up for it in gameplay. So we start off as our main protagonist, Phil, who wants to escape school because school simply sucks. Because he's stuck in this dumb math class, which is labeled outside of the room, math, or the special class for the insane. And also, I want to share a small fact that's a special dark fact with you. So apparently, Jonochrome was originally going to make the game, I don't know how I'm going to say this without being monetized, so I'm just going to let John Chrome say it.
Kind of terrible. I think the intro was going to be like, Phil was a madness kid, and he jumps up and shoots the teacher, and then the gun was going to be in the inventory, and it was going to be basically a Columbine situation, which would have been very offensive. But I didn't have any concept of what was offensive at the time.
After that dark detail, I escaped the class, and I'm thinking, oh, this kid must be a menace to society. And then I go to Miss Kofi's room, which the teacher is a crackhead. You could tell that by her twitching and saying the earth is flat. Then we get introduced to one of the characters, one named Smiley, who the main character Phil made fun of to be in that special class. Then we get into a kid named Zach, who's always cold, and then we get into Fred, who's always bored.
Shut the fuck up, I will fucking laser you with alien fucking eyes and explode your fucking head.
Then I come across Nikado Avocado, who wants a cookie. Meanwhile, I give the janitor his dusters back, and he gives me $1. So I give the $1 to Nico, and then I go into the principal's office to get the key, and I get out of the school. Now, this game was originally supposed to be a one-time thing, but people reviewing the game requested a sequel. And since, according to John Chrome, he wanted to improve the original game, so he made a sequel. Yeah, this is the least transition into the next game. Riddle School 2, now we're in middle school, which looks better than the last game. So we are in band class with Phil, our main protagonist. And speaking from someone who's at band at one point, I don't blame him for wanting to escape. So I pick up all of the coins around the classroom that's on left lying around, and I give it to Fred so I can get a whistle to be able to distract the class while I escape. And Zach, I think in the process Zach is dead, because he's frozen in place, he's not moving. So I leave band class and I end up in Mrs. Sleep's class, which she isn't moving or breathing, so I think she's dead. So I find some, whatever the fuck, I think it's lube or something like that, and I give the toilet paper inside the vent to some guy stuck on the toilet, which for some reason he had a mop with him. I don't know if he was trying to wipe his ass with that mop or something else, but I don't know. So I give the mop to the janitor and he gives me $1. And so I find Nikado and then I give him his cookie and I enter the office, escape, and then leave. Riddle School 2 felt like an improvement over the previous game. It's a lot better, it looks better, the mechanics are a lot better, the puzzles are a lot better. It feels like an overall improvement over the original. But he decided to make a third game, which would come out, take 2 years or a year to finally release. So let's get into the third game. This game takes place in high school where Phil tries to escape high school again. So I take the gun off the globe and get the roar and to get a rubber band out the vent, and then I fling it at the teacher. I play these games so much that I legit have memory of what to do in every single one of the games. Anyway, so I knock the glasses off the teacher so he can't see. So I steal his glasses and give it to the librarian, in which he gives me the bookmark. Don't ask why his lenses were matched perfectly with that one teacher. Never question it. And then I find Richie the Hall Monitor from a previous game, who has no importance to the story at all besides getting past him in the first game. After helping him get out of his locker, he gives you a quarter and says he's collecting buttons. How convenient is there that there's a button machine in the school? So I give Richie a button and I get a quarter so I can buy Nikado with his pudding. And he does an Indiana Jones reference. Then I get the key and escape, and Phil escapes in his car and starts blasting some really good music.
The woods, found a dollar, found a dollar, walked in the woods, found a dollar, found a dollar in the woods.
another game called Riddle School 4. Just kidding, you die in this one because Nico's dad decides to kill you by pressing a button, which the school is located under a volcano, so you just die there. Now, you're probably saying that came out of nowhere, and yeah, it came out of nowhere. Hopefully Riddle School 5 will explain this bizarre event. Riddle School 5, We Are Younger. Apparently to explain that bizarre shit, basically every game after the first was a dream. Because when a Phil escaped that school, it caused the aliens to act on vision, which is basically their plan to destroy the Earth, but just because a kid escaped school. Wow, what a hero. So we wake up in a cell, which we escape by crawling through the vent.
Have you ever heard of Among Us, Gregory?
Then I see all my friends sleeping, probably having nightmares about going to a Yee concert. So then I head forward and then I see a monster, which I feed him a zombie steak. So apparently I have to kill all my friends by going into their dreams and killing them. Anyway, so one massacre later and they're all up. And we escaped in escape pods. But apparently no. We get captured by Viz, who's been planning to destroy the Earth. A true hero. But then the green alien killed us in our dreams, so he could stop Viz from killing the Earth. So Viz ran out of cages, so we're just stuck there to sit back and watch. And so we basically just reverse the ties and basically just kill Viz with the freezing machine that he has Zach hooked up to freeze the Earth. Long story short, basically Zach is now fired. He's fucking flaming. He has drip. Anyway, so yeah, after that we lead into the next game, which my pal Inferno is gonna lead into.
Hey, hi, it's me. You don't know me, but I am here. I've been paid to play Riddle School Transfer, the first one. The game opens with a spaceship, and you meet an alien named Diz. Stereotypical alien. Diz asks everyone what their plan is. You didn't meet Zach. Why is he on fire? Oh, it's just the fever. Oh, thank God. Smiley, the boring one. Fred, with a P. And then Phil, and as he goes to talk, boom, abduction. The FBI breaks into their ship and they get arrested. Then we get a title card. Now we get to actually play the game. To get out of the cell, you go to the toilet lid, take the flusher handle to type the code to exit your cell to go to the next room. In another room, you can meet a goat. Go into the storage room and you get an elevator key, only after flipping over every paper on the board. If you go into this one room, you get to meet an angry Nessie named Messi. Talking to him gives you a key card.
Now, bro, classic Messi chat. Messi turning black.
You free Zach, and now you can use him to commit arson. You meet a Yeti and help him grow hair. Free Smiley, the boring one. The more you go through the facility, the more weird creatures you find, as you then free Fred and all of it. And you have the whole gang freed. After freeing them, you go to the guard door and he has an aneurysm. Complete a bunch of puzzles to free Diz. As you go to the exit, Diz leaves you behind, so you go into a sewer and the game ends. Make sure to like and subscribe to me. Link will be in the description below. Okay, goodbye.
Finally, the final game in the series. It all ends here. Let's get started with the intro. We get started with an intro from a character named Quiz, who was the third character in the first cutscene of the Riddle School 5, as the blue one. He wasn't really important in the fifth game to be worth mentioning, really. He was just like he was just kind of there, really, in the fifth game. He wasn't really like substantial to any plot in the fifth game. But now he's come back as the villain of this game. Then it cuts to us in the sewers being chased by the FBI, and then we go into a sewer room where there's conveniently a teleporter that teleports to Riddle School Elementary. So we teleport to Riddle School Elementary, in which everything seems normal until Quiz appears and basically takes over the school from there. We then escape the class using a stunt double, or like a fake version of us, because the school has so much security with guns that it would make Detroit say,
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
After we get through that, we apologize to Nicotado Avocado for calling him fat, and then we give him gum. Then we confront Quiz about his plan and approach him and saying that he's a failure of a leader and the security is off. And Quiz basically becomes good after this. So we head outside only to see Diz and Viz's ship planning to destroy the Earth. But before they head into space, Phil says to Smiley that she has a beautiful smile and then starts spitting trippy red alert, then leaves. Then we do a couple puzzles and then we get the key which reveals a self-destruct button. And so basically Quiz sacrifices himself to save the Earth, basically like giving him like complete arc so Vision doesn't come back. So Phil escapes in the skate pod, and all of his friends like Zach, Fred, and Smiley think that he's all dead. He's dead, but he comes back to reveal that he's still alive in the skate pod. Then Smiley hugs Phil, Phil smiles, and then roll the credits. Even in 2022, these games still hold up. Like, the games have always had some level of charm even back then, and it still retains the charm today. Like, the riddles are fun, the puzzles are kind of fun, the references are fun. Just playing the game just always has like a kind of like a novelty feel to it. That could be from nostalgia, but yeah, like the games in my opinion were actually like decently good. If we ignore all the charm, like all the stuff, like all the charm and stuff, their games are still decent and they hold up well. I'd recommend you guys checking out the games. Anyways, I hope you enjoy and have a good day.